Welcome back. Today I'm going to take you through a few very gentle hip stretches. Gentle in a sense that we really want to relax into it and hold the position for a bit longer. Please grab with you some yoga blocks, potentially even 2 chairs to set yourself up in the middle of it, depending on how deep you are able to go at the moment. It can be really nice to have that support a little bit higher up, and then we'll meet on the mat. I'm going to get started with a nice low lunge. So you'll be on your knees, and let's take our right leg out front. And then we tuck the tailbone under. So you want to make sure that whenever we stretch the hip, we are not sticking the booty back, curling that under, we're pressing that forward, little squeeze in the glutes, and we're just going to stay here, sinking the hips down. That will look different on you maybe than on me. You might be up a little bit higher, which is why using chairs can be nice to take some of that body weight out. You can use your blocks to place your hands on, or maybe you have your hands on your knees. Good. We breathe and we try to keep both hips pointing to the front. Nice. We're halfway through. Now hold it a little bit longer there. Good. Really try to surrender to the stretch. Constantly think of lifting out. Just about 15 seconds. We're going to stick the booty back to stretch out the hamstrings. So we stick the bum all the way back and we lengthen the front leg out. And you lean over. Now I'd rather have you higher up with a straight back, maybe with your hands on chairs or blocks, than aiming to go down but losing that length. At this point, instead of tucking under, we want to stick it backwards, creating a tiny baby arch in the lower back. On the breathe. Good. Lengthen out and away. We're going to hold it there. Finding a position that gives you a good stretch in the back of the front leg. Nice deep exhales. Sticking your booty up to the ceiling as much as you can. Keep breathing. Try to relax the shoulders. Last deep exhale. And we'll come all the way back forward, this time taking the hands on the insides of the leg. Good. So we're gently pushing that right knee a little bit more out. So we're back in that first position. This time the chest comes in the center on the inside of that right leg. Nice. If you find that you can't quite reach the floor again, you are very welcome to use your blocks, or maybe the chair next to you. Good. And we stay. We're halfway through. Depending on how you're feeling, you're either going to hold it here, or some of us might want to go a little bit deeper, bringing the chest lower by coming down on the elbows. If that is too much, if you do want to go a little bit deeper, you can place your elbows on your blocks. Good. We'll keep breathing. Gorgeous. Maybe for the last 10 to 15 seconds, you want to activate it by tucking the toes under, squeezing the glutes and pressing that leg away. That's optional. You can still hold that super nice and relaxed position down there. Otherwise, you can start to rock forward with me for 3, for 2, for 1, and release. We come all the way back up. We stay here. You're going to take opposite hand towards the back foot to squeeze that leg and grab the foot in towards your bum. Okay, so we hold it there. Nice. If you can't quite reach your foot, what you can do is use a strap or a towel to grab the foot and then pull that in. And it's very much about getting your heel to the bum and not your bum to the heel. So we want to keep the hips drawing down so that you still get a nice stretch through the front of the hip and into the thigh. If this is not working out for you today, feel free to go back into your hamstring stretch while we are here. Keep breathing. Nice. And then we release back. This time, bringing our right foot over to our left hand to come into your pigeon's pose. So you walk that foot over, then we drop our weight down into the floor. And we're there. Now, this is ideal position. If this doesn't feel right in the knee, you're going to bring that foot closer in towards the hips. You aim to keep them both pointing down. Some of us might feel like we're rocking to the side. You can place a block underneath your right glute or maybe a book or a pillow to get a little bit extra height there. And then we'll relax forward. So you find a position that works for you. And we're going to reach the chest down towards the legs. What we're looking for here is a stretch in that right side of the hip. Good. We're going to hold it there for a minute. If any of you out there today are thinking this is really not working for my body, instead of struggling in that position, feel free to come and lay on the back. And then take your right foot on the left knee to push that away. That in itself might be enough for you, or you could loop the hands behind you and you'll still hit the same spot. Okay, so that's your second option if the pigeon is not in the cards for you today, which is fine. Good. If you are still with me here, we have another 20 seconds. Really trying to relax into it. Feel free to play around with where you put your weight. And likewise, try to surrender. Nice and heavy. Always welcome to stay a bit longer in position. Whenever you feel ready, you come out with me. We bring the legs back. We meet back on all fours. Have a little shake, any little wiggle that you need there. And we're coming into our second side. So we'll do the same thing. We take our left leg out front this time. We drop the tailbone down. And then we sink the hips towards the mat. Good. Squeezing into the back glute. And holding there. Good. Now one side can feel different than the other. Maybe you feel more open in this side. Maybe you feel a little bit more tight like me. Just ease your way into it. No need to force yourself to get to your deepest point. Really allow that to release over time using your breath, using your little squeeze in the glutes. Good. We're going to stay there. Again, we think of lengthening out and away from the hips. Like we're growing tall while we squeeze the hips down towards the floor. Good. You might be back on your chair or your block, or maybe supporting yourself with your hands on the knee. And we breathe. Good. Staying centered for this one. Gorgeous. We got 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and we stick the booty back, leading with the tailbone to extend that front leg out in our forward fold for the hamstrings. Good. So we keep reaching out tall through the crown of the head. You relax your chest towards that leg, making sure that we're not rounding massively in an attempt to get down. Really think of reaching away, hooking your bum up. Welcome to use blocks, books, chairs, anything that you need to find a comfortable position that allows you to really focus and hone in on that stretch in the back of the leg. And we keep breathing. Got 20 seconds left. Really try to release into it. We got 6, or 5, or 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll come forward, bringing the hands to the inside of that leg this time, and we meet back in our lunge position. Good. Allowing that left knee to open up slightly, getting a nice stretch on the inner thigh as well. Good. We breathe and we stay. Your hips are nice and low as your body allows. Or we'll hold it there. Good. Gorgeous. Allowing that to sink heavy. Trying to surrender again in that position. You're very welcome to stay as is. If you would like to go a little bit deeper, we can see if we can come down onto those elbows again. Maybe with the elbows on the block. Maybe with the elbows on the floor. Or maybe you stay on your wrists. Okay. Again, see what feels right for you. And holding these positions for this amount of time can be quite challenging, especially if it feels uncomfortable. It can really help to focus on your breath so that we release with every exhale. Nice. You want to come with me for this last 15 to 10 seconds. Maybe we tuck the toe under the back leg. You're welcome to do this as well if you're still up on your wrist. We press away to gently rock forward and back. And you see how it feels. Good. So maybe you're still up here, but you'd like to, a little bit of activation in there. Otherwise, you can hold it still. Wherever we are, we got 3 seconds. For 2, for 1, nice, and we release. Good. We're gonna come back up. We have one more hip stretch here. If you needed to release, you can join the hamstring stretch instead. If this one didn't work out for you. Good. Otherwise, opposite hand to leg is gonna pull in. You keep pressing those hips down and we squeeze that heel towards us as close as possible. You grab it with the foot and you pull it in even a little bit deeper. Try not to let that left leg drop and come to the side. See if you can keep it squared up. The foot pushes into the floor and you open your chest away from it. Good, and we breathe. Welcome again to wrap a loop around if you need to. Keep breathing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We release, quick reset to then bring that left foot over towards your right hand. Nice, and then we drop that knee towards the floor to come into your pigeon. If your pigeon looks somewhere like this and you can't quite get your bum onto the mat, you can grab a block and place it underneath, or multiple blocks and pillows if you need to. And we're going to sink down so you can still come forward in that position. Just allows you to relax a bit more when you're not hovering. If you don't need it, obviously you won't pop it there. And we breathe. Good. Remember, we have that second option, you laying on the back. I'll show you briefly what that looked like again in case this one doesn't work out for you. You'd be straight down in the back. This time it would be your left foot on the right knee. You press it away, and this might be enough for you to hit that stretch in the side of the left hip. If you want to go deeper, you take your hands behind your leg and you pull it in, keeping the back long and straight. So pick your position. You're still with me in your pigeon. We're going to hold it there. Good. And release. Yes. Really try to relax into it. And pigeon pose or any variation of it is a great hip opener and something that you can definitely do every day. You could hold it for multiple minutes on end. Just going to do another 20 seconds now. And if it feels nice for you, feel free to stay longer. Stay for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Just coming all the way out. Any way that feels right for you to come and meet me on the bum. Keep sitting nice and tall through the back, heels about as wide as the mat, and gently rock those knees side to side. Good. Think of sending the knee away from you and gently squeezing into that glute to press and open up through the front of the hip again. Gorgeous. So guys, now we're going to finish off with a little butterfly stretch. You just sit super tall. You're going to bring the soles of the feet together if available for you. Stay lifted. Good. That might be enough. Or maybe you can start to walk your hands forward slightly, keeping the back long again. Coming forward in this direction. Try to keep those knees low. If this doesn't feel right for you, instead, you can cross the legs and reach forward. That should feel a bit easier. Nice. We'll hold it. Just relax that down. If you did cross your legs, please come up and bring the other foot in front to then come back down for your second half. If you're still with your soles of the feet together, you can hold it as is. You're welcome to build, again, a little stack for yourself to relax upon. Release. So you've got about 15 seconds left. Please hold it down there. Stay nice and relaxed. We walk the hands out a bit further. Good. We're going to stay for another 10, for 9, for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, One last deep exhale, relax the shoulders. And then you can slowly make your way out. Great work, you're all done.